The name of my painting is called Conflict, and it's about inner conflict. And I think you experience inner conflict when you come to know yourself, because you realize that you might not necessarily be a great person. And the way to accept yourself is to know yourself, and to know yourself means to struggle with yourself. It's like a center of gravity for your artwork. So you have a goal and a purpose, and you develop as you keep on getting into the finals, and it's wonderful for exposure and for your own development as well. Oh, it was wonderful. We've been semi-finalists before together, and we emailed each other, and this time we were both finalists. I saw his painting on the internet before. I thought it was wonderful, and we both sent kind of messages to each other saying, "Is that you? That's fantastic!" And it's been wonderful to have him with me today. I like a lot of movement in my paintings, and so if you want a lot of movement, you're going to be looking at those sort of Romanesque sculptures. So I personally don't like a very still posture. I want to use up all of the canvas and have a lot of the eye flow across the figure. So I think that's why I'm going towards the Roman sculptures. There's a kind of very personal intensity to every painting. So if you could say that that's the thing that is which is the same about everybody, is their extreme difference. There are practical reasons to do a self-portrait, because you're very patient. I'm extremely patient for myself, and I'm cheap. But there's something else, and I did realize that, is that you know yourself quite well, and therefore you kind of have more courage to do more with yourself in a painting. I couldn't imagine painting another person in the way that I painted myself. I couldn't imagine having that bravery. But because I know myself, I feel able to say whatever I want to say. Whereas another person, I couldn't do that. Sure. I've actually working on some still life exhibitions, so that's my next thing. Probably in terms of execution, kind of an older style, but once again with that sense of movement. So I've got animals and fruits and cloth and the whole thing in my still lives. But there's still that idea that your eye is going to travel through the painting. Yeah. I want something dramatic and dynamic. I've been surprised that people who have seen my paintings have understood it almost perfectly. Actually, my uncle, for example, saw it and wrote to me exactly what he thought of the painting, and it's almost word for word sort of what I wrote about my painting myself. So I think it's accessible to anyone. I think if anyone looks at my painting and think about themselves, they'll realize it's a kind of general truth.